Right, hopefully these microphones are pretty decent and you can actually hear what I'm saying. If you can't, well, you should be able to hear the wind, how bad it is. It's absolute carnage out here today. Firstly, I started late. I was meant to be in at work 7 o'clock this morning, but I didn't actually get in till 10 past 8. The winds it's absolutely battering the side of our lorry. We're only in a rigid, luckily. Dartford crossing has just been closed completely for everything. Cars, vans, lorries, you name it, it's shut for it. The tailbacks, I can barely even talk. The tailbacks are just going on for miles and miles and miles. We actually did want to go across the crossing, but it's forced us, rather than sitting in that traffic, because it's now sending us through. There's two tunnels to come from Kent into Essex. They've shut one of them, so there's only one tunnel coming in, and they're using the other tunnel to send stuff into Kent. We haven't got time to sit in that. We got a day's work to do. Truck's got to earn some money, and I need to get the day done and get home because it's Friday, and I want to enjoy my weekend. Therefore, we're heading into London. We've got a couple of options when we get there. We can't use the Blackwall Tunnel. We're too tall. We've got a high cube container on. It puts us at 14 foot. The tunnel is 13. So that's that one out of the question. We could go over Southwark Bridge. There's a couple of other options I've got available to me when we get there, but we'll kind of play it by ear. We'll see how it looks when we get a bit closer, sort of thing. Sorry, I keep checking my mirrors because I've got two 10-foots on the back, and the back one's... The front one's sitting on twist locks, the back one isn't. I've put a couple of... Well, I've actually got 4 ratchets on a little 10-foot. I've got 2 going over, holding the thing down, and I've got 2 on the back on the corner casters, pulling forward. I'll grab a picture when I get there and show you how I've done it, but yeah, I just wanted to... It's a bit overkill, to be honest, for a little 10-foot, but it's better to be safe than sorry. And to be fair, because it's only a 10-foot cut-down container, it'll go about a tonne, maybe a little bit less. So because it's so lightweight, obviously it's going to be picked up by the wind a lot easier than a 20-foot or a 40-foot, like 2 or 4 tonne. It's going to get picked up a bit harder than a little tonne container. It'll literally just gone. So yeah, I just keep checking the mirrors, making sure everything's still strapped down. There's no loose straps. Yeah, and nothing's falling off the lorry. Not that it would or should, but because of the high winds, obviously things can happen. So yeah, anyway, I'm going to crack on with the journey, concentrate, because this bit's a little bit open as well. We're going across a little bridge now. I'll catch up with you when we get a bit closer, maybe around Tower Bridge sort of way. I'll see you in a bit. Right, so we're now on Tower Hill. If you look to the left-hand side, there's Tower of London that way, somewhere, according to the sign. I haven't got a clue in London, not a clue. If you thought you'd come here and you was going to get some proper old sightseeing tour, you've come to the wrong place, I'm afraid. I know the basic area, although Tower Bridge, Tower Hill, they're not hardly, they are basic, aren't they? But I don't know where we are, what we're doing. I know that sign says Westminster's that way. Oh dear. I love London. I love the history of London and whatever. But what I don't know, I don't like particularly driving through it. It's certainly not one of my favourite things to do. What are you doing, mate? You letting me go or are you not? Because you're sitting just halfway across the bloody lorry. Are you letting me... Still don't know what's going on. Thanks, mate. Unfortunately, in London, really the only way to get around is to kind of bully your way around. And I just don't like doing it if I don't have to. It's just not normal, it's not natural. But like I say, it is really the only way to get around. Queen Street. I thought I wanted... Oh no, it is. just up here. What's he tooting at? Just up here, turn left, over Southwark Bridge. That's the way that's taking me. We're heading for Rotherhithe?
Turn left.
Rotherhithe, that way.
Queen Street Close.
If you don't know where Rotherhithe is, don't worry. You're not the only one. That makes two of us. Because I haven't got a clue either. Cannon Bridge. What I do know is, just up here on the right-hand side, or I might have already passed it, back there on the right, there is a really nice, really nice, very popular pub. Why do I know of that? Because every summer, when I drive past here, all I see is people sitting outside. When you're fighting through the traffic trying to get back to the yard, they're all sat out there, sipping away on their cocktails and their beers and whatever else, spirits. I mean, I'm not really a drinker, but that doesn't change the fact that it looks so really nice. Yeah, whilst you're stressed out in traffic, it's here. I'm sure it's there.
Turn left, or fair lane, then
nah, it's not there. See, I haven't got a clue. I don't know who I am or where I am. It might be there. I don't know.
After 100 yards, turn left, A300, Queen Street.
This is actually about the fourth time I've been over this bridge this week. And for someone that doesn't really like driving through London, I'm not stressed. I don't find it stressful, I just find it more frustrating. As a lorry driver, well, certainly for me, coming into it, it was about pounding motorways, knocking up some miles. You just can't get anywhere. I used to stress out with the traffic and the people driving and that sort of stuff, but I've kind of learned to just be chilled about that. But yeah, it's just the fact that you just can't cover any distance. That, yeah, it just frustrates me. I like to be moving. Right, so this is Southwark Bridge. I know what this one is. It's like a second home this week. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to show you side view. I should have mounted that camera facing that way, really. That wind is horrible. That's the only good side of being into London or coming in this way today, this morning. It's the fact that there's such high buildings that we are shielded most of the time by the wind. And I'd rather be coming in doing this route. Sorry, I had itchy sack. Not that you wanted to know that. I just thought I'd tell you anyway. Yeah, I'd rather be coming in this way than Dartford not being closed and then going across it. And I know I'm only in a rigid, and curtain-siders today, Arctics, have definitely got it 100 times worse than me. But it doesn't change the fact that it's not particularly nice in any lorry. Even, oh my God. I tell you what the worst thing is I've ever driven in high winds, and that's Luton vans. Empty Luton vans are horrible. Really horrible. I've had a few times back in my van days going across little bridges and stuff where it actually, I was convinced the van was going to fall over.
Then turn left.
We've only got 3 miles to go, but it's saying it's still 14 minutes away. We're going to turn left at these lights. I'm going to hold back a little bit here. I'm going to straddle the 2 lanes because I'm not 100% sure what that turn in there's like. I think I'm going to have to go out kind of wide-ish to make the turn. Obviously, when I do turn in, there's going to be a bit of a tail swing from the back of the truck itself. So to protect cars from being swiped and, you know, causing damage, I'm going to stick to the middle of the road. No one can undertake, no one can overtake. And then when I take my swing, I know there's nothing that side of me. Although I'm still checking, I'm still looking in case a motorbike or a smaller car, a smart car or something has squeezed through. But yeah, when you're driving through London, it's a lot better, a lot safer to always do that on, obviously not major junctions, but anything other than a major junction, that's what I would always be doing. I'd always straddle 2 lanes. Yeah, just in case, for that exact reason, just to protect people. See, I couldn't see the view ahead just then. That's why I was still straddling a little bit then. Waited until I could see the junctions and everything, and then I've moved across into my own lane because I can see that I don't need the 2 lanes. They can have that one back. I'm quite comfortable with people beating down my driver's side, offside. Obviously, close to the curb, passenger side, that's near side. Near side means nearest to the curb. Borough Station. Well, apparently we're next to Borough Station. Marshalla. I'm here. The sat nav says it as Marshalla, but that says Marshall Road. Yeah, Marshall C. Come on, traffic lights. Change. It's been waiting forever. Some gorgeous buildings in London, though. I kind of get why people would want to come here sightseeing. Although, once you've seen it once, I kind of feel like you've seen it all.
Turn left, A2198, long lane.
Keep checking near side, offside, tail swing, pedestrians, cyclists just riding straight across the road. Around the lorry, making sure nothing's creeping up that side of me. There's so much going through your mind when you're driving through London. Cyclists, motorbikes, they literally come out of anywhere and everywhere. So look, there's a crossing there. He looked like he was going to cross the road, didn't, carried on, but was in my lane. Had you have been hacking it down there, he wasn't looking, you'd have taken him out. You wouldn't have stopped in time. We're going to turn right in a minute, and it's into Jamaica Road. Jamaica already? Christ, I was in London just now. Christ, get a bit of heating on my feet. Got cold tootsies. Yeah. I don't know if that camera's going to pick it up, but that rigid curtain sider, that curtain was going mad in the wind just then. Yeah, there it is. That's not a crossing there, mate. The crossing's there. I bet there's a lot of building sites shut today. Cranes won't be able to operate, like actual cranes, tower cranes, mobile cranes. They won't operate in this wind. Obviously roofers, they're not going to be doing any work up on roofs. Boiler house, opposite 26 Globe Pond Road. We should see. I think this is going to be a building site, to be honest. And I've literally just said I don't think building sites are going to be operating. So if they're not operating, their cranes aren't being used. There is a possibility they will tell me I can't lift with the Hiab. That might screw us over completely. Anyway, we're literally 7 minutes from it now. 2 miles. I'm busting for a wee. There's nowhere to stop in London to go to the toilet, which is annoying. And these traffic lights are taking way too long to change. Here we go. Whee! Watch the van. Should be in my lane in a second. Get in your own lane, boy. Right, do you want to carry on coming in with me, or shall I pick you up when we get there? The route's not that interesting from now. Probably hasn't been that interesting anyway, but hey ho, it is what it is. I'll tell you what, I'll pick you back up in a bit. I'm going to give the customer a ring and just check that everything's alright still to lift and what have you, and I shall update you in a minute. Right, fortunately for me, but unfortunate for you, today has come to a very abrupt finish. It's only 1:30, and it's too dangerous to work, to be honest. Lifting, the driving side of it is very touch and go. It's fine for me in the rigid Arctics. That's a definite no-go. As I said this morning, Dartford is shut, the bridge, and it's still shut. It's just taken forever to get back from sort of Kent side into Essex. Absolutely forever. I've just maxed out my card drive time getting back to here on the first 4.5. Now I should have got back here with like hour and a quarter, hour and 20, maybe a bit more to spare still, and I've just maxed that out on that 4.5. It's definitely not. It's just not worth the risk of getting the crane out and damaging something falling, or hurting myself, injuring people, injuring myself, or obstacles about me. So, yeah, it wasn't my call. It was actually the office. They've decided, no, that's enough. No more lifting for the day. I have got 2 Arctics. I'll show you. So we've got the yellow Volvo parked next to me. The white one, you can see the trailer. The white one is... yeah, the white one's parked there as well. So, yeah, I'm really sorry that there's not next to no content from me this week. I'll be honest, I've been into London a hell of a lot, and concentration levels are right up there at the minute with driving through London, and yeah, I'd rather just concentrate on the driving than vlogging, to be honest. Obviously work comes first, vlogging comes secondly, and a lot of the jobs I've been on, building sites, you can't record on, sadly. So, once again, I'm really sorry it's bad content for me this week. We'll try and get something really good next week to make up for it. And I have got another drone, because I did have a drone, but then I sold it. I've got another drone turning up today, or tomorrow, maybe. Hopefully it'll be here today. So, as long as this wind calms down for next week, drone footage is coming back to the channel. That's all 3 of us now. Me, Daz, Pete, we've all got drones each. So, yeah, let's get this going. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.